In the early 19th century, the United States emerged as the world's first mass democracy. By the 1820s and 1830s, most white men had gained the right to vote, a defining moment in the history of global politics. Yet this same nation, proud of its democratic ideals, was also the only slaveholding society in the Western Hemisphere to endure a war of such magnitude. A war fought over the meaning of freedom itself. More than 600,000 lives were lost in that devastating conflict. From its ashes rose one towering figure, Abraham Lincoln. His statue now stands in Parliament Square, London, a symbol of liberty, unity, and the enduring struggle for equality. The American Civil War is often remembered through the vision Lincoln left behind, as a triumph of democracy, a victory of the Union over the slaveholding Confederacy. For Lincoln, for most Northerners, and for many across Britain, the Union's triumph represented not just military success, but the moral triumph of the democratic idea itself. Yet democracy, in all its freedom and turbulence, also deepened the divisions that led to war. An unrestrained press, ambitious politicians seeking popular favor, and the constant rhythm of elections all served to magnify the nation's tensions over slavery. It would be wrong to say that democracy caused the Civil War. If history could offer a single answer, it would be this: slavery. Without slavery, the Civil War would have been unimaginable. But for historians, the deeper question remains: why did this enduring conflict finally erupt into open warfare in 1861? During the 1850s, a wave of disillusionment swept across America. The old party system, Whigs and Democrats, began to crumble. Politics, once guided by compromise and balance, became poisoned by corruption and sectional mistrust. Scandals rocked public confidence. Citizens began to see their leaders, the so-called wire pullers of 19th century politics, as self-serving manipulators, driven by ambition rather than virtue. Out of that frustration, a new movement took shape: the Republican Party. Unlike its predecessors, the Republicans sought votes only in the free states, refusing to appease or reconcile with the slaveholding South. This political transformation, fueled by moral opposition to slavery and anger at corruption, paved the way for Abraham Lincoln's election in 1860. His victory, achieved without any Southern support, ignited fury across the Deep South. Within weeks, 7 states seceded from the Union, even before Lincoln could take the oath of office. On the eve of war, public opinion did not urge restraint. Instead, both Northerners and Southerners believed that conflict would bring clarity, that war itself could cleanse the nation's divisions. Each side saw its cause as righteous, its victory inevitable. Newspapers fueled these convictions, painting the opposing region as a mortal threat to their way of life. Misunderstanding hardened into hatred. Caricatures and propaganda gave rise to a dangerous illusion that a short, glorious war would settle everything. But the war that came was anything but short, and nothing like glorious. It tore the nation apart, testing the limits of its democracy and the meaning of its ideals. The same political freedoms, a vigorous press, open debate, and partisan competition that had defined America's democracy also intensified its divisions. They helped push a fragile republic from crisis to catastrophe. To truly understand how slavery caused the American Civil War, we must also see how democracy itself, through its politics, its passions, and its press, magnified that conflict. Until compromise was no longer possible, and the United States descended into one of the bloodiest wars in human history.